All right, people. So Donald Trump really won New York by a lot. I think he got about, I think they said 89 out of the 95 delegates that were. I think he got 89. Kasich got like 3, and there's still 3 more up to grabs there. But this is really good news. You know, I think he got more than people expected. He got 60% of the vote, so it's really good news there. And, you know, the title of this video is Donald Trump Wins New York the Right Way. And what I mean by that is, you know, Cruz is winning all these fucking states. But the delegate process is so fucked up because the party insiders are picking the nominee, basically. It's pretty much a voterless election. You know, the citizens are being deprived of their right to vote directly for a candidate. And I mean, I've been saying that this whole process of electing a candidate, I mean, it seems such a simple thing, you know. Okay, we got the people, and the people have to elect a candidate, you know, but they make it into such a confusing process on purpose. That way it's easier to rig. So, you know, now we got this whole delegate thing and shit. It's easier to rig when it's so confusing. You know, people just don't understand what's going on, so they make it so confusing. You know, why don't we just do it like, okay, let's have everybody, you know, from the states vote on, you know, vote, and then whoever wins most of the votes gets the Republican nomination. Whoever wins most of the votes on the Democratic side gets a Democratic nomination. But no, you have states who formulate all these weird fucking rules. You know, oh, some are winner take all, some are winner take most, some are proportional. It's so fucking confusing. And there's so many rules. Like I said, I've got an idea. I have one rule. Have the election. Fucking whoever gets the most votes wins the nomination. Or if there's multiple people, okay, I guess we could have 2 elections then, because you have the whole thing where if nobody wins on the first ballot, then it goes to a second, third, fourth, whatever. You know, okay, if you have multiple candidates, some people might say, oh, he doesn't get a majority. Okay, then do this. You know, let's say there's 4 candidates, 3 or 4 candidates. Have an election. Whoever is in the top 2 move on to another election. Then you have those 2 in another election. And then whoever wins out of those 2 gets the Republican nomination or the Democratic. That's how I would do it. Much easier. Instead, you have all these backroom deals. And now this is a crazy thing, though. If Trump doesn't get a majority, if nobody gets a majority, then the delegates just get to choose whoever the fuck they want. So and who chooses who are the delegates? Oh, the Republican, you know, the party leaders, the insiders, the establishment chooses these delegates. Yes, they're bound to Trump on the first ballot, but on the second ballot, these individual people who are appointed by the party insiders get to choose whoever the fuck they want. So then they go, oh, well, Trump is being outmanned by Cruz. You know, he's not working hard enough to get the support of the delegates. You know, they try to spin it. Like, no. You know, no. It's because it's a corrupt system. So let me get this straight. Whoever sweet talks the delegates most, you know, gets the vote. See how crazy this process is? They're like, oh, well, you know, Trump should really be working to get the votes from the delegates. Well, first off, let's just clarify that. If Trump has to work to get the vote of the delegates, or if Cruz has to work to get the vote of the delegates, what does that mean? What are we talking? Are we talking? Is Cruz bribing them? You know, okay, so let's pretend, you know, you're the delegate, you know. Okay, here comes a Ted Cruz person here, you know. Oh, I walk into the delegate's office. I'm walking in, and I'm like, hey, vote for Cruz. You know, is that all? I mean, what the fuck is he saying to these delegates to get them to vote for Cruz? I mean, these delegates should already know Cruz's viewpoints. So you're telling me, you know, Cruz is just winning over these delegates by just simply talking. I mean, so when the media says that, you know, it just boggles my mind. There's probably some bribing going on here. And yeah, I mean, it's basically whoever, you know, whoever sweet talks the delegates then gets their vote on a second, third, fourth ballot. So it's just fucking a really dumb process that's filled with corruption, confusion, whatever. But, you know, see that people, when there's a real primary, you know, when the voters actually vote for a candidate, you know, go to the vote box there, you know, and vote for no confusing shit. You know, Trump wins by a landslide. And you've been seeing here ever since Cruz has stolen these last voterless elections in Colorado. And I believe the other state was North Dakota or South Dakota, something like some state. It was either South or North Dakota, I believe, was another voterless election. We've seen polls come out where Trump is going up in the polls. We saw he won more than he was expected to win in New York. California, he was up bigger than he was before. Pennsylvania, he's up big. And some of the other states, I think Maryland, a poll came out, he was up pretty big, I think 14 points. So I think people are seeing, okay, Cruz is establishment. Cruz stole the vote. Let's go for Trump. He's anti-establishment. So, you know, that was great to see. And we also saw Cruz, too. Another thing about Cruz. I saw Cruz say about like a month ago. They were asking him, you know, oh, what if it goes to a contested convention? You know, that's probably not good, Cruz, right? And this was at a time where he still needed like 87% or some shit like that of the delegates left to win. And he's like, I'm going to win. I'm going to get to 1237, people. And we all knew that wasn't going to happen. Mathematically, yes, it was still possible. But he's like, I'm going to get to 1237. And then we fast forward a month later. And it's obviously going to go to a contested convention if Trump doesn't get the nomination. There's no way Cruz is going to get to 1237. And now he's like, well, you know, it's going to go, I'm going to get it at a contested convention. So there's Lion Ted Cruz there again. And he's like, we're going to unite. I was listening to an interview with him and Sean Hannity that just aired a few hours ago. And I'm making this video pretty late actually pretty early in the morning here on, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning here on, today would be Wednesday. So he was, I think it aired on Tuesday or something, Tuesday afternoon. And Cruz was like, we're going to unite the delegates at the convention behind me. I mean, do you realize what this person is saying? He's saying that he's going to unite 1,200 people behind him. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Cruz. That's really going to do a lot. So you're going to unite 1,200 people behind. See, that's how that's how Cruz would get picked, by 1,200 people. Not the millions and millions of people who voted in these Republican primaries and caucuses. No, he's going to unite only the 1,200 people. That's really great. You're going to unite the 1,200 people. I mean, Cruz is such a sleaze. He's such a liar, saying he's defending these voterless elections, saying this is all democracy. Yeah. I mean, what a fucking liar. So, yeah, hopefully Trump does well, though. He's looking pretty good in these upcoming polls and elections and shit. So hopefully he gets to the 1237, but we'll see what happens here. Because if it goes to a contested convention and Cruz gets a nomination, or somebody else, like an outsider, gets it, you know, I see a lot of people saying Paul Ryan might get it. I really think they might try to put in Jeb Bush again. You know, nobody's been talking about him. You know, maybe they'll try to bring back Jeb. Who the fuck knows? But we'll have to see. But there you go, people. Trump wins New York, so good news for now. Let's celebrate. And then we got a few more elections coming up next week, next Tuesday. So Trump's looking good there as well, I hear. So So it's going good in the states that they actually vote, and there's none of these unbound delegates that can go wherever they want, or these unbound delegates bullshit, or the super delegate bullshit. Trump actually usually wins in those states where the voters are actually allowed to vote, but when there's super delegates or whatever the fuck, then it's usually the establishment wins. Yeah, just a coincidence there that when the party picks the nominee in Colorado, all the delegates go to Cruz. And then the same thing happened in, I believe it was North Dakota. All the delegates go to Cruz. Such a rigged system. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.